the rotundum, it gives division as zygomatic nerve, the infraorbital nerve, and the posterior superior alveolar nerve. So these branches or divisions occurs within the pterygopalatine fossa. So this is usually the pterygopalatine fossa. It is between the pterygoid process and the maxilla, posterior crust of the maxilla. So between this is the pterygopalatine fossa. So the same anatomy incorporating all the structures is shown here. So this is the anatomy on the opposite side. This is on the left side. The same anatomy on the left side. So far we have seen in the right side. This is the right side anatomy, and the same thing in the left side anatomy. This is the dural reflections and the tentorial edges are shown, and after removing the ganglia. So this is the trigeminal ganglion. So after removing the ganglion is this anatomy. So these are the oculomotor system, then the trochlear system through which the third and fourth nerve enters the roof of the cavernous sinus. So some bony landmarks again. This is the anterior clinoid process. This is the planum sphenoidale. So here you have, this is the carotid canal where you have the foramen lacerum, which is usually closed by the cartilage. This is the ovale, foramen ovale, and foramen spinosum. So what you need to know here is, so this is the anterior clinoid process, this is the posterior clinoid process, and here you have the middle clinoid process. Okay, and this is the petrous apex. Here is the petrous apex. This is the dorsum sella, and here you have the posterior clinoid process. So here, after that, now the dural reflections are being placed over the bone. Now the dural reflections are placed. So what you see is the anterior petroclinoid fold. That is the this is the dural reflection between the anterior clinoid process and the posterior and the petrous apex. Okay, that is called as the anterior petroclinoid fold. And then here is the posterior petroclinoid fold. So this is a dural reflection between the posterior clinoid process and the posterior clinoid process and the petrous apex. This is the petrous apex, and this is the posterior clinoid process. And then you have the interclinoid fold between the posterior clinoid process and the anterior clinoid process. So the anterior clinoid process and the petrous apex, that is the anterior petroclinal fold, and the posterior clinoid process and the petrous apex, that is the posterior petroclinoid fold, and the interclinoid fold, that is between the anterior and the posterior clinoid process. So this is called as the oculomotor trigone or oculomotor triangle, where the third nerve or the oculomotor nerve enters the oculomotor system and into the roof of the cavernous sinus. So this is an anatomy showing the roof of the cavernous sinus. So once again, here what all were the markings in arrow shows the ostium. Okay, you see the ostium of various venous sinuses, venous plexuses that opens into the cavernous sinus. These are the ostium of the various venous openings into the cavernous sinus. So what is being marked here with the blue pins? This corresponds to the lower border of the cavernous sinus. So this corresponds to the lower border of the cavernous sinus, which does not include V2. The same thing after removal of the trigeminal ganglion and the nerve. This corresponds to the lower border.